Hello everyone, my name is Cade and welcome back to more... I about said The Legend of Heroes for some reason. Bravely Default. I keep almost saying different games. I can never say the game I want to say on my first try, it feels like. Anyways, last time we finally got to fight Adia's dad. And now we're in the Temple of Earth. Well, got the whatever, Everlasting Tower, whatever it's called. It's the Temple of Earth. So, I haven't done any... I did say that I might or might not do a whole bunch of, like, farming in between episodes or whatnot. I didn't actually do that. I thought I would, but I didn't. But let me just make sure I didn't, actually. I'm not entirely sure for some reason. Normal. Okay. Anyways... We're probably about to have a boss fight here, because it always gives us a boss fight before one of these. Okay. What we got? Whoa. This connects to a machine. Is there a demon also there, too? Interestingly, I don't see one.
Is this the Earth Crystal? What have they done to it? How awful! What do they think the crystal is? Some kind of toy? Forgive me.
What do you mean?
No, Idia. Why should you repent for the sins of your father? Now, let's get on with the rite of awakening.
What's that on the crystal?
Nope, it's still got a demon.
That's Gigas Lich!
Gigas Lich.
It's the propagator of doom as told of in the sacred texts of the Orthodoxy.
Another demon from the prophecy,
Well,
or
whatever
whatever.
it is, here it comes.
The propagator of doom, Gigas Lich. Okay, it's big. Okay, bring it. Gigas Lich. Oh, it's a big boy is what he is. Come on. 80,000 HP, weak to light. Undead. Of course, the one... Oh, come on. Don't like that. Negative power. What does that do? Physical attack increased and magic attack increased. I put Demon Kind on, or like Demon Slayer on all the specials, but I should have put on Death, whatever. It's a giant zombie, basically. Well, I don't really like how this thing's trying to up its own stats, so let's have friggin' what's-his-face. We'll have Tiz lower the stats that this guy tries to raise. Let's see how much, let me just make sure that different elements can be used on you. Let's just start with weak, cheap costing spells. Know thine enemy. Okay. Skull Bash! Quega. Negative power. It seems like it keeps increasing its stats. In that case, Tiz is gonna really need to be on the ball with lowering. In fact, I think I have an idea. We'll have Tiz consistently, every time this thing uses negative power, we're gonna have Tiz lower its magic attack and its physical attack. And in order to offset this, first we'll do something with you. We'll do this. To offset this, we'll have Ringabel use one more for you on Tiz to help cheapen it. Know thine enemy. Fairy's Aid. Skull Bash. Defang. Revenge. Native power. I don't like that it keeps trying to up its stats. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like it's a huge increase each time, though. It's only a very small increase. That being said, it is still an increase. One that I very much do not appreciate. Hang on. I have an idea. I don't know how this will work, but I'm willing to give it a shot. It's undead, right? So, shouldn't Curata hurt it? Know thine enemy. It does. It does, but it doesn't. Yeah. So I could go the route of healing it to death. As weird as that sounds to say. I just again need to make sure this thing doesn't go out. The second I lose focus on its stats raising, I'm screwed. I cannot let this thing go out of control with its stats raised. The second I do, I'm dead. As long as I keep on top of that, I should be fine, I think. Because I think that's the main gimmick here. As long as I keep its stats down, I think we're safe. We'll use Curata on all of us, and Curata on our good old friend, the Lich. And we'll give one more for you for Anya's. Nothing venture. Heal up. You too. One more. Defang. Skull Bash. Not a chance. I think we can handle this. Again, just make sure that I keep an eye on it. I'll default with Tiz to make sure he has enough. I'll keep Curataing with you, because that does a lot of good damage. Let's go with... You know what? Screw it. I don't really know what to do fully, so, I summon Friendby. Heal up. I summon you! Get him! Vengeance! I didn't do anything. Death. That's what worries me the most. I cannot really deal with that. If it inflicts death, I'm screwed. because I have to just hope that it doesn't ever land that. Because the second it does, I might be dead. Just gotta hope that this thing doesn't inflict death on anybody. That's all I really can do at this point. Nothing ventured? Wait, no. Not in that order. Nothing ventured. Skull bash. Defang. Not a good move. Defang and Skull Bash. Crowd on both us and our good old friend here. You could look like you could use a healing or two. Nothing ventured. Defang. Skull Bash. Heal us, and let me give you a little bit of healing, buddy. Quaga. Ah. Still lowered. That's good. It seems like it only raises up by 10%. I can hold off on doing it this turn. I don't need to worry about it. Let's just do a basic attack. We'll heal you. Nothing ventured. Fear. Fear! It's gonna happen eventually. Okay. Raise Dia and use Curate on her. Zara, heal up. Smash. Defang. Zara. Oh, would you knock it off? Oh, that's bad. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Raise. Rejuvenate. And Curata. Raise. Rejuvenation. Heal up. That gives us all our BP back too. Everyone okay? 5,000. Oh, that's what you like to see. Negative power. Okay, Defang, Skull Bash. Screw it. We have the perfect chance right now. Nothing ventured. Attack. Go for it. Defang. Skull Bash. A swipe at it. Wazaga. Come on. 1. 2. 3. 4. Yeah! Nice! Couldn't have gone better if I tried.
I wonder when that creature first settled here. I refuse to believe this could be my father's doing.
Yeah, I doubt it. I don't know if anybody would really want a giant zombie protecting their things, but...
For better or worse, I believe the Eternian forces would have guarded the crystal from such threats.
I'm gonna go with better, hopefully.
Maybe it took advantage of their weakened state to slip in unnoticed.
Save your jabbering for later. We have a crystal to awaken.
Ari, I'm concerned that... I'm concerned that this is not gonna do anything like what we've been told, Ari. Ari's about to have the wake-up call of her life.
Okay, here goes. This is the fourth and final crystal.
Because this is gonna unleash something, ain't it?
What's wrong? It's really nothing. But time and time again, the Duchy's people have warned us not to awaken the crystal.
I wish they told us why. If they told us why, then maybe we'd listen. If they told us, like, a genuine reason why, then maybe we wouldn't awaken it. Maybe it would be better to just not do this. But they've given us nothing to work with, so we can't really do anything except just continue. Otherwise, the world's still gonna perish.
I know. I ought not let it bother me. Now, let us begin, Ari.
It's the only thing we know to do that could potentially help with the problems going on, so let's do it. Come on! There goes the tech. Hang in there.
Not yet! Just a little longer!
Stay strong!
More! Keep going!
More!
Still not enough! You can do this!
Almost there!
Stop! That's it!
Earth crystal has been awakened. Huh.
Hooray! We did it!
That's all the crystals awakened. But that worries me because what exactly is their real purpose? Why would they not be
Holy
awakened?
Smokes! That was by far the brightest of the 4 crystals.
I know, it's still bright here.
Agnes, are you alright?
Yes. Thank you, Tiz. Now all 4 of Luxembourg's crystals have been awakened. Nice work, everyone.
Is that what this land's been called this whole time? I honestly forgot the name of the land was called Luxembourg. I just thought it was Earth.
What a joyous day. Now perhaps the world...
Is the Great Chasm gone?
No.
Well-
Awakening all 4 crystals should have caused a pillar of light to rise somewhere in our world.
Uh-oh. Why did Alternus Dim go there then?
It's the holy pillar, the first light, divine source of life and the origin of this world and the heavens above. Once I place my brooch within the holy pillar, the first light will
Brooch.
spread across the world. And its divine light, born of the awakened crystals, will sweep away all darkness. And the
All right.
great chasm should vanish along with the darkness.
So all we need to do is take you into the Pillar of Light.
Well, we're gonna have a problem then because
Then
Alternus
let's
is gonna be
go.
there.
That is where this will all end.
Lead the way.
I'm with you. Together we go.
I'm a bit worried Alternus is gonna beat us there though. There goes the Earth Crystal. And our support costs have been increased, but that's besides the point right now. I still feel like we're missing something. I don't think we're close to beating this game quite yet. I mean, we're probably closer to the ending. We're probably like... if I had to take a wild guess, I would probably assume maybe we're at like... 60% mark, I would assume. That's my best guess as to where we're at. No, it's totally not because my character's level is 60, so... Shut up! No. Anyways. The point is, I would assume that we're around 60% way done with the game. Which means there's still another 40%, which means why... Again, What are you? How many days have passed since I left his side? A pillar of light has stood above the southern sea for some time now, just as he predicted. It is all... Wait! That leaves little room to doubt his second prediction will hold true. Within the coming days, the Vestal and her friends will come here. I only pray I have the strength to stomp them as I was asked to. Yeah. Thinking back, the Vestal's followers have been with her from the start, ever since Caldisla. Anya's oblige, Vestal to the Wind Crystal. I never imagined the young girl I met on that pier would bear such a fate. And 'tis Arya. For the boy I pulled from that canyon river to become a guard and an ally to the Vestal on her journey. It seems on so many counts I bear the fault for all of this. A long, harsh journey to erase the great chasm. A Vestal who crossed the putrid sea and stagnant air to arrive. A boy whose home was swallowed. In retrospect, they seem a natural pair. Inevitable, even. Enidia, I expect you too will join the Vestal here. You were ever a tomboy. Capricious. Pure and stubborn. Quick to tears. Perfect. I know not what it is you see in the Vestal. What spark resonated within you. But I swear this now, I will keep you safe at any cost. I always longed for a family. I will not see it destroyed. The ship's siren has begun to sound, and the pilot's taking her up, just as planned. The time has come, then. This may be the last entry I'm able to write. I'm removing Idia's picture from its frame and placing it within these pages. I want her by my side. What is this saying? Whatever this thing is, I have to assume that this is... that it's regarding, like, whatever the crystal's true purpose is. Are they holding back some kind of demon? Some kind of monster that's going to destroy the world if it can only be awakened? Again, it just feels like we're missing something. I just don't know what. Am I overlooking something? Wait a minute. What the? Well, that's interesting. I can see on the map. Woo.
You awakened the crystal! I'm so glad to see you're unharmed!
Hello, proprietress.
You did it, eh? Well done.
Well, it's not as if we had it easy here. You should have seen the hail of cannon fire.
Well, I'm glad to see you're alright.
Oh, and by the way, we saw a black airship bearing southwest a short while ago.
Probably a bunch of deserters. Always happens when an enemy is vanquished.
Nope.
Yep,
That's
sure.
dim. That's Alternus. But that's not what I'm interested in. What I'm interested in is this. Or, no, this over here. Looks like we're gonna have to take a long way around, but... Where's this gonna take me? How did I get here? Oh, okay. That works. A sub-scenario means that we'll get a new class, right? Well, count me curious. I've thankfully already fought the dragon before. Who could this be? It's definitely not going to be Ultranus. I would assume the Black Knight probably might be the last class we get. My only two guesses, there's only two people I can assume have a job class left, because there's 3 jobs remaining, right? Yeah, 3 dots, 3 jobs. There's only 2 other people aside from Ultranus that I can imagine having a job class. And that is Yuliana and DeRosa. Wait, is that his name? It's the Lord guy, the Archduke, whatever his name was. It'd only be those 2 that I would assume would have a job still. Or would have, like, an asterisk. What the heck is this? Vampire cat. Well, I think I know who it is.
It's no use. The lock won't open.
That's great.
If you wish to pass this gate, see you the 6 keystones throughout the lands.
What?
Keystones?
Keys of stone? Stones that are keys?
I strangely think I know what he's talking about.
Though the way is barred, 6 number the holes to be filled. I trust you can figure out the rest.
I think I actually might know what he's talking about.
The time is ripe to prove yourselves worthy. I shall say no more.
All right.
No fair! Couldn't you offer a small hint? Perhaps a name, a color, a shape?
I said I shall say no more. Now off with you. I shall await your return.
All right, let's see if my assumption is right. There is one thing that I think might fit the bill for what he's asking for. That being said, it's going to take a bit of a while to walk there, but, well, we're not going to be walking there per se, but we are going to be flying around the world for a bit. Gosh dang it. Wrong button. I can... There we go. I probably shouldn't have done that, now I think about it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, 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 I'm about to get my ass beat by a bunch of mandrakes. Help. Heal me! Okay, we're fine. All good, all good. When he mentioned 6 keystones throughout the land, it reminded me for some reason of a certain structure that we see all throughout the game. That we've seen all throughout the game. Why did I not pick this up? I know I'm not collecting chests all that often, but surely I can pick up something that's in the... I apologize, I just wanted to get my anger out on that. Anyways, as I was saying, what was I saying? Oh yeah, there was a certain structure that we'd seen throughout the game that kind of tipped me off as to what he might be talking about. If it's not what I'm thinking of, then... If this is not the answer, then I don't know what the answer is. But I'm going to trust my gut and go look at what I think the answer is. These things. Aha! They're boss fights! That's not what I expected! Had I known it was a boss fight, I would have prepared! Salamander! Okay, I guess we're doing boss fights. I wasn't expecting this. I wish I was given a little more warning. Okay. Guess we're doing this. Default. Fire breath. Oh, shit. shit. We might not be doing this right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because that is a lot of health and a lot of damage taken. Okay. Okay. I see we're in it for the long haul, ain't we? Fine then. You want me to go? I'll go. You and me, bucko. Let's dance. Yeah, do that. Know thine enemy. Good heart. That's not good. Torrent! Please ring a bell. Kirada. Nothing done, sure. Scorching Eye. Fire weak. Oh, come on. It even gets rid of nullifying effects. Anyas, get rid of it on you. Before swine. Spell. Okay, I don't think I'm supposed to be doing this right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. This feels like something I need to do more farming for, I'm gonna be honest. You want to talk? You want to talk? You want to talk? You want to talk? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wish I was given a little bit of a heads up that I was gonna be fighting a freaking boss. Like, come on. How was I supposed to know? I don't think I'm gonna be fighting any of those anytime soon. That felt way tougher than anything else I've done so far, so I think we're gonna hold, for once, we're gonna hold off. And we're gonna just continue story for now, and see what that gets us. Because that felt, not my time-able. You said to prove my worth, but I don't think I have a worth to prove right now, so I'm out of here. Well, I'm here, actually. This gives me a chance to try something. I want to see what it's like when you just enter the airship. Well, first of all, that's the same. I could go back into the dungeon area. I want to see if any of this has changed. Ah! That's kind of funny to me. I wasn't expecting it to be Dats. Dats and Zats. The main reason I came in here is because I want to look back at Matt. Okay, no. Alright, let's get back up top. Alright, take off. Alright. A pillar of light, huh? Sure enough. What's this?
Eri, that light is almost blinding. Are you sure Grand Ship is going to survive in there?
I don't know.
We'll be fine. Let's head on in.
Eri, I swear to
Everyone
God.
is ready. Once we go in, there's no turning back. I'm not even sure what'll happen. I mean, this is a first for me, too.
You're scaring me, girl.
So, if you have anything you need to do, Now's the time.
Okay, I do know that there's technically well, quote-unquote, multiple endings to Bravely Default 2. Because, like, you have to get the endings in, like, a certain order. Because they affect the future or whatever. I don't know if this game's the same, but But basically, I think the overall thing is that you had to get all the asterisks in Bravely Default 2 in order to get the real ending. So it feels like that might be the same here. Wait a bit longer.
We don't...
I'm just gonna save the game. We need to go to land to do that. Can't just do it whenever, unfortunately. This is not the save point. This is the save point. I don't think we're close to the end of the game. I don't believe that for a second. I think the game is trying to play a prank on me. Ooh, my stomach hurt. Ooh. Alright.
Well?
We're ready.
Okay then, here we go. It's so beautiful.
Hmm?
I thought it might tear us apart, but instead, it's smooth sailing.
Really?
This light. It feels so warm.
I know. And so gentle. And somehow familiar, too.
Dad, you and Zat should go somewhere safe for now. Just in case.
Better safe than sorry.
If you say so. You be careful now.
Alright. What exactly is this place, Ari?
Look, everyone! My brooch is starting to absorb the first light from the holy pillar!
Okay.
Once it is completely full, the light will begin to spread across all the world, sweeping away the darkness. Stay there and keep watch, okay? Oh, and keep steady at the helm. We'll have to start all over again if we move out of the light.
Right.
Okay.
Leave it to me.
I need to start meditating so I can focus. Don't bother me till I'm done. I mean, who knows what might happen if I lose my focus?
You're scaring me.
Understood. Okay, here goes. A wondrous and beautiful first light! My brooch awaits your divine radiance!
Okay.
So much for smooth sailing.
We're being attacked. It's gotta be Alcinous.
Are you certain the ship is going to survive this in one piece?
I think she will hold together unless it gets mud.
Worse?
Yep. Yep, that's a problem.
What was that?
It's getting worse!
Hey, Ari! Oh,
It's Dats and Zats!
What
To the
happened?
deck, quick!
Alcinous! What are you doing here? Stop!
Wilderness Jim, what business do you have here?
Why am I saying, why are you doing here? Of course I know what you're doing here. Sort of.
I come on orders of the Lord Marshal. He has foreseen your folly.
Just explain yourself, please. I want to know why you guys are so against the crystals.
And I am here to stop you before you bring ruin unto this world.
What are the crystals preventing?
Alternus, stop this insanity. It's already over.
Silence. This is not over until I say it is.
Not good.
If anything were to happen to Aerie right now, ring a bell, go back to the bridge!
Right.
First, you must get by me.
Shit. The Dark Knight. Alcinous Dim. Oh boy, here we go. Bring it, big man. That's a lot of health. Human.
This ship will tumble out of control if we don't do something.
Yeah, I know
This
that.
ship shall go crashing down, along with all on board.
Why? Forget it. You're not gonna listen to talk. So perhaps you'll listen to this. Let's see how if arrows find use against you. No weaknesses. Am I okay to use this? Nothing ventured?
Medea, you know not the Lord Marshal's mind.
Yeah,
We've
no
already
shit.
settled the matter between us. You have no business interfering now.
Settle the matter? Nothing has been settled. All you have is a false sense of understanding.
Then why don't you clear it up? We don't need to be fighting right now, but you won't explain shit. Nothing ventured.
Wind Vestal, I should have killed you long ago. You have become the bane of Eternia. Nay, all the world.
What are you
Never
talking
again
about?
shall you deceive Medea.
I've no interest in your foul, twisted beliefs. And I shall not
Oh.
fall before my task is done.
I didn't think that would skip text. Whoops. Wazaga. The Fang. Okay. Nothing ventured.
Open your eyes, Edea. These traitorous scum have deceived you. Join me now in defeating the Vestal.
What are you talking
Did you
about?
say such a thing? Agnes has become a dear friend of mine.
Only one not listening to reason here is you, genius. Ugh. Fairy's aid. Withering Ripple.
Grand ship's pitching even worse now.
Great.
She won't hold up much longer.
Rainbow, just leave and go to the damn ship.
Get lost.
Withering Ripple. Weak. Now. Torrent. Nothing ventured. A torrent approaches. Mazaga. Eroga. Black Bane.
In the foul, reeking underslums of Florida, I survived on muddied waters and gritty sands. But what choice does one have when abandoned soon after birth? Hatred for this accursed world had been my sustenance. That is, until the Grand Marshal saved me. He took me in and raised me as if I were his own. To help him fulfill his ideals became my purpose, my will to live. And now, you fools, you have...
What are you talking about? Torrent approaches. Black Bane. Nothing ventured.
Can we not go back to as before, Edea? Did we not grow up together? Did we not enjoy the closeness of family. I had thought that once I had proven myself,
Alternus.
perhaps I would take you as my bride.
Don't be a fool! Now's not the time for such rubbish!
Rubbish.
I don't think words are gonna work at this point. Maestro. What the? Okay. We're not playing games anymore, are we? Fine. My hero. Up. Shit. I wasn't expecting something like this. We're in big trouble if I don't hurry. Shit! Shoot, I don't have... Damn it. I don't have a way of reviving her. Shit. Damn it. I'm not letting it end like this. Mallet. Sneeze. Wrath. Wind. I refuse to let it end like this. No! Ah! 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 The Dark Knight. Sacrifice HP to unleash powerful attacks. Specialized in offense, favors swords, katanas, and helms. Enough's enough. Who are you?
Alternus.
Show your face. It's as I thought. What's going on here? Why are there 2 ring of bells?
Alternus, your face.
Alternates.
Why?
Alternates!
Alternus!
Shit. We don't have time. The ship's going down.
I don't understand. Why does face look like
Now's not the time. We gotta get the ship flying again.
he dropped this journal?
Why does he have the same journal?
It looks identical to Ringabel's.
What's going on?
Ringabel, who or what are you?
Was this some kind of twin or clone?
The ship cannot withstand much more of this. Back
Get
to
us
the
out of
bridge.
here.
We'll talk about this later, Ringabel.
Please.
Alternate.
Eri, don't care if you're done. We're getting out of here.
The ship has never shaken like this before. What's happening?
No idea.
The ship won't respond. She's out of control.
Great.
How can this be?
Eri, do something.
It's as if we're being drawn in by an invisible force.
Drawn in?
Eri! Eri, what's happening? Can you not sweep away the darkness? Answer me! Eri!
Eri. There we go. Chapter 5. Yesterday's scenery. Huh? What?
Ning.
What?
Morning.
What? What? Huh? Why are we...
Time to wake up. The sun is out. Come now. That's it.
Where are the others?
You must be exhausted. Rest a while longer if you like.
What's going
I
on?
must say, it was a shock to hear you intend to deal with those scoundrels who set fire to the town.
What?
We're counting on you, though. If there's anything I can do to help, just say the word.
What? Wait, what? What are you talking about? What?
Innkeep. Who are these scoundrels who set the town on fire?
Yeah.
Hmm? You must be still half asleep. The Knights of the Eternian Sky, of course. A
What?
cruel lot, to be sure.
The
What?
Knights of the Eternian Sky? Are they back?
Back? Oh, anyway, you've got the whole town behind you.
What?
Right.
Did we go back in time?
Oh, how is Egil doing?
Egil? Who might that be?
What did Eri do?
Huh?
I left a pot on the fire. I'll let you get some more rest.
Something ain't right here. What's going on?
Guess I was dreaming.
Eri! And there you guys are.
Entrusting Egil to the innkeep's care. Awakening the 4 crystals.
Led by Eri to the Holy Pillar.
The airship rocking violently.
Attacked by the Dark Knight, Alternus Dim.
That was no dream!
What's going on?
Indeed. I still have blisters from gripping the railing as the airship shook.
So, why did we go back in time?
Then why are we here? This is Caldisla, right?
It sounds like we just dealt with freaking... This is like the beginning of the game.
We were at the Holy Pillar.
Yeah, but why are we back here now?
What happened to us, Eri? Did we seal the Great Chasm?
I don't think so.
Sorry. I don't really know. What?
What happened? So, wait.
Are they
You're
up
alive
yet,
again!
Father?
Oh, it's you, Owen. Yes, they're all awake now.
Wait, if you're alive, then...
Good. I wish I could go along with them. You've got to stay here and protect the king. Stay alert now. I'll see you later.
What's going on?
That was Owen! How can that be?
He should be dead.
Oh my. Perhaps we are dreaming.
No.
Wait. Let me get this straight. Who could have set the town on fire?
If we went back in time, then it would have been Ominous Crow, the Black Mage.
It doesn't seem likely the Knights of the Eternian Sky have come back to attack it again.
If Owen is here, I think it could be that black mage, Ominous.
So we must be remembering what happened back then in a dream. That makes sense.
Does it?
But I wasn't with you here when this took place. I was serving under Ominous Crow, remember?
Yeah.
Huh. You're right.
I have no idea what is going on.
Are we in some kind of illusion? Or are we actually back in the past? That's what I don't know. Tiz, what do you see?
The sea. It is still tainted.
So even the crystals have gone back to...
What? But we awakened the water crystal. Something is wrong.
Why?
Let's split up and get to the bottom of this.
Why did everything go back? New notes. Tiz is not the only one in the party. What happened? First off, let's look at the new job. Dark Knight. Wait. Dark Bane. Sacrifice 20% of your maximum HP to unleash a dark physical attack on one target that deals 1.25 times the damage of conventional. Bait Dark. Adversity. I'm just going to read these, I'm going to be honest with you. Black Bane. You seem like some pretty strong attacks, but they do require a lot of, I didn't lose access to getting the, getting that one job, did I? You know what? I probably should have looked at this earlier, but I'm going to look at it now. Let's look at this. Bravely default missables? Okay, it doesn't say there's anything missable, so seems like we're safe. What is going on? Let's see the Great Chasm. The sea's tainted again. People have been brought back to life. And it doesn't seem like it's an illusion. At least at the moment, it doesn't seem like it is. Owen is still here. Hey, King.
Ah, 'tis good of you to come.
And why did we get brought back here?
I have heard that you intend to deal with this black mage that set the town alight. You are a young man of spirit indeed. I saw that in you from the time you drove off that airship.
What?
I regret that this burden must fall upon you. Our forces will be ready to redeploy soon. Until then, we can do naught but wait. You and the Wind Vestal are our last ray of hope.
What? Huh. So everything really is like it was back when... how is that possible? Ring a bell. Anya's just left town a moment ago. Off to see the Great Chasm, perhaps. If anything's gonna have clues about this about the current state of things, then... Excuse you? You look as if you're having a strange day. Swear to God, this guy's gonna end up becoming the real final boss. I will shit myself if that actually happens. Sure enough, the ocean's rotted again. What is happening? Why is this area level 40 now? This area was not level 40 before. This is like level 3 area. That'd be even pushing it. You got me mighty concerned about the fact that they're... Ow! You got me mighty concerned about the fact that the area's level is raised. Hard work, I see. What in the hell? Anya's? Where's Anya's?
No.
It's still here. The chasm. And there's Anya's. It's just like the beginning of the game.
Tis.
So you came too, Agnes.
Yes. What on earth is happening, Eri?
Have you really gone back in time? What's
We
that pillar
unleashed the holy
behind?
pillar's light across the world.
Why would that take us back in time, though?
The great chasm should be gone, but here it is. I'm not too sure myself. But take a look at this.
Huh?
The 4 points of light. Yeah, my brooch has lost its glow. The sea is tainted too.
Yeah, seems the crystals have all been sealed again.
We seem to be right back before the crystals were awakened.
But how?
This is where we first began. The place we met.
Are we gonna have to do it all again?
But some things are different from back then.
We're all together now.
Huh?
We have grown closer for one.
Yeah.
Do you not agree?
Yes. We've been through a lot together. We can do this again if it comes to it.
Plus, we know things now that we didn't know before.
Of course.
Maybe we can prevent certain deaths from happening. Anya's joined the party. A recent genesis.
I was thinking, Tis, what if this world had been created mere 5 minutes ago?
What?
Chrysalis doctrine and scripture, historic temples, the rise and fall of nations, even our memories. All that we believe has come to pass may very well have been created mere 5 minutes ago. That thought inevitably creeps into my mind when I see the great chasm before my eyes.
That would mean we were created 5 minutes ago, too. Yet we can remember things before that.
Yes, but what if the world had been created 5 minutes ago along with our memories of what has come to pass?
Created by who?
That I do not know, and yet... When you wake in the morning, is your mind not full of events that were spontaneously created in your dreams?
So you're saying that our memories of what transpired were created by someone a few minutes ago?
Yes, and you say we truly experience events in what we believe to be the past.
I don't know. But even if the world were created 5 minutes ago, And even if our memories themselves were created just then, all I know is we have to close the Great Chasm no matter what.
Yes, we must close the Great Chasm. And to do that, we must awaken the crystals.
Shall we?
Yes, let us go.
Let's go get the other two. It really is seeming like time just suddenly started over. Is that part of why? No. If we've seen this, if we've seen time repeat once before, who's to say it hasn't already happened again in the past? Sure, sure, maybe this is likely only the first loop, but at the same time, who's to say that this hasn't happened before? What if there's only a difference in the way that, I don't know. Has time looped before? Have these characters maybe just been stuck in an eternal loop and have only just now been able to start realizing it? Fortunately, my easy experience farms are gone. Alright, let's go pick up our friends, and let's get a move on. Idea? Ring a bell? Let's get moving.
It is no good. No one remembers.
Huh? You mean the fire set by the Black Mage?
No, not that. I was only in this town a short while, but I met many fine women during my sojourn.
Ring a bell. Stop trying to seduce the people you were seduced last time.
These were exciting, passionate encounters. Yet no one seems to remember them.
Gosh dang it, ring a bell.
Idea would say you had a one-track mind if she heard that. And I would agree with her.
I feel like anybody would.
You are right. Let us keep this between us.
Besides, shouldn't you be thinking about something else at the moment, Mr. Alternus Dim?
But is it not strange? They did not merely forget our meeting. They were unaware of my existence.
What?
It is as if the whole town is playing a prank on me.
What?
I saw the face of that dark knight, ring a bell.
It was
He
yours.
looked like...
Yes, I saw it too. I'm not ready to confront that particular matter yet, though.
You know what? A, you're honest, and B, I can't say I blame you, so you know what? You do you, buddy.
Has any of your memory returned?
Hey, I've talked with Agnes. We think we might as well just start again from the beginning.
I mean, there's not really much else we can do.
Start again? Go on another journey to awaken the crystals?
I mean, what other choice do we got?
The sea is tainted once more. I would like to check on the crystals.
Plus, we might be able to figure out why time is doing this.
Very well then. Count me in. I'll get to meet all the women of the world again, with a clean slate.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Oh, what more could a man want?
To
You're
strangle you.
Taking this well.
Let's just go pick up Adia. Before I start tossing somebody into a freaking river! The two journals.
I suspected as much.
This can't be a coincidence, ring a bell. You mean the journal that the Dark Knight Alternus Dim kept? Right, except for some obvious differences in wear and tear, it looks exactly like that D's journal we have. Right, but the similarities don't stop there. The last half is quite different, but the first half is almost exactly the same. It's as if Alternus's journal supplements the prophecy in D's journal.
Are they truly so similar?
That they are. Even the handwriting and wording are almost a perfect match. So, ring a bell. You're saying D's journal is... Well, we can safely assume Alternus's journal was written by Alternus Dim himself. And the proportion of D's resemble here that resembles it. D's journal... Who could have...
Oh, you're right, ring a bell.
I'll be fine. Just give me a little time to think. Okay, thank goodness this didn't reset. I would have been sad. I would have been so sad. Alternus' journal. Alright. I think you already know where we're going, so let's go ahead and start. Ducal Reckoning. The Council of Six ship, if the Black Knight weighed anchor today, our destination the Anchime. This marks the first entry in my 4th journal kept since my tenure as an officer began. My current mission, to collect the airship newly developed in Anchime's secret shipyard. I am to transport the Skystone given to me by the Grand Marshal and see it installed, rendering the new vessel skyworthy. I've just set a southeastward course and noticed my coffee's gone cold. I had it cleared away. The view beneath me is a sea of clouds, its eastern edge taking on a ruddy tinge as my fresh cup is brought. This aroma is one of my day's few luxuries. I've come to the Profitor Merchantry's secret shipyard in Anchime. Work installing the Skystone within the newly built ship I'm to collect is at a standstill. 3 days of waiting, the heat is stifling, and the coffee drowned in sugar. I hate this place. It's to be called the Echelot. I'm surprised the first word from Media's lips upon seeing the blueprints has become its official designation. I'd brace for another night of catnapping in this sweltering dock, but just received word that the Skystone is set and sealed. The ship's maiden flight is to the Floorchime Sea, where the ship I rode here has birth. While it lacks the horsepower of a heavy cruiser like the Black Knight, the ship is nimble and its design pleasing. I found myself quite taken with it. Following her test flight to the Floorchime Sea, the Echelon has begun seafaring tests. I am confident the ship's power, speed, maneuverability, and defenses all meet the requirements laid forth by the Sky Knights. The airship originally assigned to the Sky Knights suffered damage during the initial incursion into Caldisla and crashed. The mission to tow the newly completed Echelon to Caldisla's Lontano Villa will commence in 1 month's time. It will be Adia's first sortie. It falls on me to spend the next 10 days overseeing through testing of the craft's ability to withstand the Sky Knight's rough handling. There's our first ship. The steel airlock door creaked shut behind me. Footsteps investigating the noise drew close for a moment, but soon faded. I lowered myself into bed with a sigh. My right hand unconsciously drifted to the back of my head. There beneath my pillow, it fell upon a picture frame. Within it, a disheveled room full of scrap iron, oil stains, and a single beautiful flower. Oh. My beloved Idia. I pine for the chance to see a smile unfurl across your face, set in equal parts courageous fire and innocence. I long to hear your voice, sweet like a spring breeze. Let it speak my name, and I shall die a happy man. I could hear the nervous shuffling outside my door of someone afraid to disturb me. Not afraid enough, it seems. I returned the photo to its hiding place and answered without bothering to conceal my irritation. I'm awake. What is it? I skimmed the manual I'd been given, then tossed it on the bed. I returned to Idia's smile, perfectly preserved within the picture frame. The Echelon. My lips formed the word time and again as I watched a new ship in tow from my cabin porthole. I make for Caldisla aboard the airship, the Black Knight. I entrusted a subordinate with the task of towing the Echelon to Duchy waters, and now sailed to give word to the Sky Knights. It was late afternoon by the time we moored at the Latano Villa's air dock. Ah, is this our new boat? It's so black and punchy. As I descended to the villa roof, I was met with the loudest misunderstanding I've ever encountered. What? Why send our new ship back to the Duchy? We're here, man. Bring to us. Bring it. Or just give it us this one, either or. Constant shouting aside, Barcelar's point is utterly unreasonable. To him, at least, one assumes. Utterly reasonable. But he's not getting my ship. Hey kid, you made it. When I reached the villa's study, I was greeted with a rough slap to the back from Heinkel, captain of the Sky Knights. He continues to treat me like a boy despite my superior rank. Strangely, I don't really mind. Arguing with him is a waste of time regardless. 2 hours later, I sat down to a table laid heavy with a feast. What began as a welcome celebration for me ended in a horror show of Barris's inhuman appetite and Heinkel and Hawley's tag team drinking. Idia will serve an ominous unit. I was sobering up on the balcony when Heinkel came to deliver that news, leaving me wholly flustered. I could see his grin from the corner of my eye as he raised his glass in a mock toast. Knight Argent Heinkel. Tales of his feats go back before the Duchy's founding. He holds the Grand Marshal's trust to the point of once serving as captain of his personal guard. For some reason, this hero has taken an interest in me from a young age. I owe him more than I can hope to repay. There's Heinkel. Heinkel's proposal would have been confusing enough even without the exquisite hangover clouding my brain. I asked if he was mad to suggest infiltrating the Caldesland castle town. His reply came with a laugh. You didn't seem to think so when you volunteered for the job. I should have smelled a trap when he brought that flagon out to the balcony. Going undercover all alone for little Edia's sake. Oh, what a man! I might swoon. Leave it to Holly to smell blood in the water and join in the teasing. Just leave me alone. Yes, yes, charge into enemy territory and single-handedly smash everything. Strategy! Where do I even begin with Barras? Also, his voice is splitting my head in two. And why is he performing maintenance on my ship? It may be black, but my armor is hardly subtle, so off comes the helmet for this mission. I'm leaving my sword as well. Wait, am I seriously going through with this? I was dropped a ways from the city, told to await a smoke signal, and with that, my ship left for the villa once more. I hurried for the capital as the sun dipped below the Norend plateau. My steps were unnervingly light without my armor, and these clothes hang oddly on me. Most of all, I feel naked, unarmed. I was greeted at the city's edge by the sound of a whistle marking the arrival of a merchant ship. Between the merchants and wholesalers, the dock workers unloading crates, the tired crewmen, and the eager children excited by the exotic wares, the port was buzzing with people. As I pushed my way upstream through the crowd and along the avenue toward the palace, I spotted a splendid building, its roof a rich navy. This must be the inn the old fisherman described. Inside, I found a man with a gentle mind sitting behind a well-polished counter. I asked for any vacancies, but he replied with a chagrined, "Sorry, we're all full up tonight." Feels quiet for a full inn, but I don't suppose I can blame him. A walk-in customer, at this hour, clearly not a local, no one to vouch for me. Any respectable innkeep would offer some version of the same excuse. When I inquired after a place to eat, he said he'd head down by the port. There should be a cheap pub catering to sailors that's open until morning. Lovely. Back down I go. At the Hills Bomb, I ate my fill at a food cart aimed at drunken sailors. Now it's back up to the inn. I refuse to spend the night kept awake by carousing seamen. I let myself into the empty house next door to the inn. I'll just have to sleep lightly tonight. I was awakened by the sound of sword practice, shouts of exertion, and the pleasant smell of toast. One of the king's guards, perhaps. Looks about my age, and reasonably skilled. Wait a minute, this is the same. This is the same as the... Yeah, I'm just gonna skim past this one because it looks like it's the same. Maybe, I think the entries that have like an asterisk by them might be entries that we've already seen. That's what I'm assuming. Or that entries that are like copied from Dee's journal. Yeah. Yeah, this all looks to be the same. Yeah. Yeah, this all seems about the same. Yep. Mm-hmm. This is all the same. Extra sugar. Come for it later. Yeah, I remember this. This one doesn't. I stood before the king of Caldesla. Owen seemed determined to drag me into the king's service. It's a mercy he didn't know he was speaking to one of Eternia's Council of Six. I expect the embarrassment would be crippling. The Caldeslan king lacks any presence, any fire. Outside an inn, he's utterly common. If I were to kill this man where he stands, would it aid Edea? Remembering that I am unarmed, and that Owen isn't, nips any plotting in the bud. After regaling the king with tales of my valor, he pushes for my appointment to the king's guard. I parry with a roundabout excuse. Perhaps the king mistook my hesitation for modesty, but he did not press the point. The audience ended, and Owen schemed with it. I left the palace surreptitiously, noting the number of guards, their equipment, and any other indication of Caldesla's might. To be blunt, Owen is the only real obstacle here. Given Heinkel's strength, I expect he could take the kingdom by brute force if necessary. I see. And this fills in for D. Mm-hmm. So these are all the same. Yep. So let's skip to this one. As the morning mist cleared, I saw traces of a smoke signal hanging in the southwestern sky. I ate breakfast, the same as any other day, and saw Owen off to work. I owe him a greater debt than he knows, and a few apologies. After one last cup of the innkeep's coffee, I departed. "Out for another of your walks?" asked the old trader as I passed. Something like that, was my reply. I handed him what money I had and asked him to bring whatever medicine it bought to the boy later. With the city behind me, I broke into a run for the lake to the southwest. Along the way, I encountered 3 packs of monsters. The longsword I'd been given broke midway through the third. I arrived to find the Black Knight moored and waiting. Aboard the ship, I donned my jet black armor and helm for the first time in 2 weeks. With my trusty blade hung at my side, I made for the bridge. There, my crew informed me of our return orders. My new mission is to survey the changes occurring throughout the world and then report them to the Council. The report on Caldisla had already been sent from the Latano Villa. Their conclusion? That the great chasm that appeared beneath Naren was both cause and effect of the quake. No threat in the region save Captain Owen's blade. After firing off a wire to Heinkel, I gave the order to return to Eternia. As we neared the crags, I received an urgent wire from Ansheim. Wind Vestal missing. A description of the ship she was thought to have taken followed, as well as its destination. Surely not, I thought, but the facts aligned. Anyas, the Vestal of Wind. I sent another wire to Heinkel and a copy home to the Council. In reply, I received word that Adia had been charged with the Vestal's apprehension. Their operation begins tomorrow. I'd hoped to send her off on her first mission. A shame. Adia, yep. The Knights of the Eternian Sky, 4th Division of the Eternian Forces, is lost. More than anything, it was Heinkel's defeat that shook the ranks. Shook me as much as anyone. As I summarized what information I had, local news reports arrived to provide more detail. One bore the headline, Vestal of Wind breezes into Caldisla. 1016. The Vestal, joined by Tiz Aryer, survivor of Naren, promised the king they would rout the Duchy's Sky Knights. Days later, she thwarted the Eternian siege and beat their men at the lake to the southwest. Tiz. That boy. In recognition of her sparing the land from the Sky Knight's cannons, Caldisla's king offered her his full support, swearing to send his full force north to strike the Duchy's base pending the bridge's repair. That battle saw Boris and Holy face the Vestal. They were good soldiers. The Wind Vestal and Tiz Aryer set out for the ruins of Central Keep to defeat the mage responsible for torching Caldisla's castle town. Seeing an opportunity in the Vestal's absence, the Duchy struck the palace by airship, slaying the captain of the guard and abducting the king. Some days after the keep's fall, the Vestal and her 3 accomplices struck Latano Villa and absconded with the Echelot. Eyewitnesses reports confirmed that Heinkel lured them aboard the ship and that they engaged in combat. The knight's whereabouts are presently unknown. A guardsman on the day of the attack claims he learned of Black Mage Ominous Crow's death at the hands of the bloodthirsty Vestal through a report from Adia Lee. He opened the gates for her immediately after. Was Adia taken hostage by the Vestal and her henchmen? The Council of 6 was called, and I delivered the collected findings of my investigation in Caldisla. Orders for the Vestal's arrest were sent to Ansheim's Commer and Profiteur Merchantry. Half a month after giving the order, no word of the vessel's capture has returned, nor any certain news of her at all, in fact. One report claimed she returned to Ansheim on the 5th, while another suggested she fled its borders again on the 11th. I've gathered the major reports documenting the changes befalling the world since the chasm's emergence. Multiple sources confirm that, save a few stretches of sea, the oceans all show signs of rot, causing the mass death of marine life and precluding ships from sailing. Next, reports confirm that the westerlies, trade winds, polar easterlies, and seasonal winds have died. No sea breezes, no currents down mountains or through valleys. No word as to the cause. In civil war-torn Eisenberg, volcanic activity has spiked, resulting in massive casualties. Even within the Duchy, reports claim the crags are rising. The effect this bears on the air currents is under study, but no conclusions have yet emerged. Victor has theorized that the crystals of fire, water, wind, and earth have all entered a state of quasi-dormancy in the wake of the chasm's appearance. Interesting. So there was a problem going on with Eternia. The crags were growing. Strange. After delivering my report to the Council, the Grand Marshal gave me direct orders to investigate Ansheim. At last, an excuse to look into what's befallen Adia. I was packed within the hour, and now right from the Black Knight's Bridge. This is the same. This is new. This makes 10 days I've run around Ansheim, from the palace to the Temple of Wind, the Harena ruins, and back to Ansheim. Still no sign of the Vestal, no sign of Adia. Even in the Miasma Woods, sole land route connecting Ansheim with Florum, home of the Water Crystal, I found nothing of use. After camping in the desert, I have sand in every crack of my armor, making it screech with every movement. Just now, a report from the lookout. A flash in the southern sky. Multiple sources confirm it. By the time I reached the inner sea, diesels had arrived from the men I left in Anchime. Apparently the light rose from the direction of the Temple of Wind. I have a bad feeling. Days have passed, and still the people of Anchime form a human wall around the Vestal. It seems this Tiz person guarding her really is the boy we saved. Still no sign of Edea. I received word that the Vestal has been in contact with Prime Minister Dominus Harena. Fed up with the heat, I shed my armor and patrolled the palace in plain clothes. A voice called to me from the distance, and a shock raced up my spine. It was Edea. What are you sneaking around here for, Ring-a-Bell? Ring-a-Bell? Who in blazes is Ring-a-Bell? She ran straight for me. You called, Edea, came a reply from behind me. In a moment of panic, I hid in the crowd and fled the area. I emerged near the bazaar and was choking down a cup of the sugar water that passes for coffee here when the scout I put on the vessel's trail sent word. It seems she and her minions make for the Echelot, moored in the inner sea. A full day has passed since the Vestal boarded the Echelot. It's taken time to load the supplies furnished by the Prime Minister, but it seems that delay nears its end. I boarded the ship alone. None of them suspected a thing. I began with Tiz, striking him unconscious. The Vestal screamed. I demanded her name, confirming that she is truly the one from Caldisla. I doubt she recognized me, given my armored state. So this explains why... Huh. Wait! Okay. I know that we're kind of in serious reading territory here, but let's turn that off for a second to realize something. Does this mean that... This means that during the entire time of that cutscene where we were being antagonized by the freaking... by Alternus, Ring-a-Bell really was just going out... really was just doing his own thing. He was completely innocent. He was just out doing his own thing. Damn. None of them suspected a thing. Then she appeared from the neighboring cabin. I'd waited so long to see her. I reached out to Edea, assuring her that her capture at the hands of the Vestal was at an end. The words she spoke then were unthinkable. I'm not her captive, and she poses no threat. I'm here of my own free will. Was she joking? Temporarily insane? No matter how many times I beseeched her, she refused to heed reason. When words failed, she drew her sword on me. Edea threatened to resist if I harmed the Vestal. While I had no fear of losing, she's too tough an opponent to subdue unharmed. I cannot bring myself to harm the Grand Marshal's daughter. At a loss, I decided to content myself with hobbling the Vestal. I destroyed the Skystone powering the Echelon and made my escape. Unable to fly and trapped by the putrid oceans, the Echelon is now a prisoner of the inner sea. Edea, a traitor. I must get word of this to the Grand Marshal immediately, and discreetly. Ignoring the storm of questions and emotions raging within me, I boarded the Black Knight and set sail. Is that a photo? Curse my traitor's tongue. What have I done? In one thoughtless moment, what have I wrought? I gave the council my report on the Vestal's actions in Anchime and the Wind Crystal's awakening. Were I not a fool, I'd have stopped there. Victoria's idle suspicions gave way to Victor's inevitable question, and I found myself unable to avoid the mention of Edea. I ought to have delivered the news to the Grand Marshal in private, or at very least not in the company of those two. They'd ever held a grudge for Edea, and I've delivered them a perfect excuse to torment her. They even pressed the Grand Marshal for his word that all enemies of the Duchy must be killed, and now they make for Florum. They spoke of apprehending the Vestal, but I have my doubts as to their true intentions. I begged the Grand Marshal's permission to travel to Florum myself. Perhaps I can enlist in Einheria's aid. It's a gamble I must take. Racked with anxiety since Victor and Victoria entered Florum, I decided to reach out to them for periodic reports. The response I received showed Victor's cold concession. Stop meddling. Curse them both! On the other hand, the reports from Einheria's people on the Vestal's doings and the state of Florum were piling up. The Vestal was sighted within the city, then in the Temple of Water. Upon her return, she departed once more. Witnesses report her party made for Mount Fragmentum in the east. Only tomorrow remains before this miserable year is over. I can only pray that the next brings greater peace. I'll not hold my breath. Word came just before dawn that the Galleon Grand Healer had ignored traffic control directives and docked atop Central Command. The Grand Healer is Victor's personal airship. Victoria will be aboard as well, no doubt. This stunt they've pulled docking without permission shows the regard they have for the rule of Eternian law. Any efforts I made to question their intentions were ignored as Victor marched past me to the central elevator, Victoria held in his arms. It seems he made straight for the white magic circulation hub on the ground level. I found the guards standing watch along the way, bleeding and unconscious. What madness is this? The white magic circulation hub stands at the east of the first floor of Central Command. Lined floor to ceiling with odd machinery, it has always made me feel uncomfortable. I found Victoria floating in a chamber of fluids that resembled a great mechanical heart. Victor stood nearby, staring at monitors and muttering. The lecture can wait. He spoke without turning to face me. My report as well. Victoria, try to bear it. He opened some valve, and the color of the fluid deepened. I took it upon myself to report Victor's return and Victoria's treatment to the Grand Marshal. I summoned Victor's lieutenant and got the details from him. Victor and Victoria remained ensconced in the white magic circulation hub. Meanwhile, Victor's man offered an account of what had transpired. I added his reports to my collected findings on Florum. An official account of the event had this to say. The Vestal of Wind appeared in Florum's Sacred Flower Festival wearing full Vestal regalia. Though traditionally famed for their piety, the people met her with cold dismissal, and the Vestal's pleas were drowned out by the jeering crowd. Years into the Blood Rose Legion's infiltration campaign, prodigious funds and an aggressive citizen reprogramming effort have won them near-complete control of Florum. The news entity responsible for producing the above report is essentially a mouthpiece of the Legion. Meanwhile, a bulletin from the Orthodoxy struck a different tone. As false rites come to a close, the babbling brook's voice reaches the wind. Though it blows west, it cannot sense the shadow close behind it. A coded plea for help from what meager resistance remains. Put plainly, it states at the Sacred Flower Festival's end, the War Vestal sent word to the Vestal of Wind. The latter left to meet her, but failed to notice the assassins on her trail. A second such notice followed soon after. The water rises to meet the demon child's light, shielding the air as it vanishes into vapor. Left alone, the winds howl in mourning and rage with purpose. Demon child. An apt description. It seems the water Vestal was killed protecting her colleague from Victoria, and Victor's subordinate reported that it was in the battle that followed that Victoria succumbed to a fit, prompting Victor to spear her back to the duchy. News continues to flood in from Florum, hot on Victor's heel. The same Orthodoxy rag reports that the Vestal of Wind awakened the water crystal, celebrating the return of the world's oceans to purity. Reports from across the globe corroborate this claim. This marks 2 crystals awakened at the Vestal's hands. Victoria is still out, and Victor is seeing to her around the clock. The council chamber feels barren with only 2 of the 6 in attendance. The air hangs heavy. We received word that the vessel has departed Florum, but none of her destination. The purification of the world's oceans has snapped the tether binding her there. There are those who fret she's lost for good, but there are only 2 places she would go. The Crystal of Earth is protected by the Duchy's crags and the bulk of the Eternian forces. It's unlikely she'll head there first. That leaves Eisenberg and the Fire Crystal. I sent word to our men there to be vigilant and received a response from Grandship. From the minutes of a sitting of the Grandship Council, the Vestal of Wind and entourage arrived some days ago. The council debated for 5 days' time whether this was to be taken as an official visit or simply active tourism. She departed for the west before a conclusion was reached. It seems an agent of the Shield Bearers has also come requesting aid several times, but I doubt he'll find the infamous Sleeping Council any more forthcoming than the Vestal did. Now we wait for the Vestal to be snared in the nets of the fleet we've placed in the sea of Corsairs. Eisenberg, the Vestal's next likely target and war-torn theater to Eternia's 1st Division. These last few days I've been reviewing the notes from my time there 4 years ago, before my appointment to the Council of 6. Before I continue, can I get a drink of water, please? Better. Eisenberg. Situated south of the Eternian continent, Eisenberg is composed of active volcanoes and sustained by the rich mineral deposits beneath its soil. Mining, refinery, and metal casting are its chief industries, and mithril steel is one of the most precious exports. Mithril steel? Wait, I've seen this before. It's just describing all the stuff. Civil war has persisted in Eisenberg for 4 years, with the land divided between the Swordbearer and Shieldbearer factions. The Black Blades, 1st Division of the Eternian forces, assist the Swordbearers, making up for the latter's vastly inferior numbers and evening the balance of power in the region. One could say the evils troubling the Duchy today have their roots in the outbreak of this war 4 years ago. As allies in anti-crystalism, the Duchy had an understanding with the dissident faction known as the Swordbearers for some time. Their declaration of uprising came together with an urgent request for aid. It was far earlier than we had expected. We were unprepared. Yet Eisenberg was a stronghold of crystalism, second only to Florum, and the Swordbearers represented the entirety of the nation's anti-crystalist movement. As the philosophy's chief proponent, the duchy could not deny their plea. The shield-bearer forces outnumbered the sword-bearers 100 to 1. The war would end in one swift massacre. The Grand Marshal responded by deploying Swordmaster Kamizumi's 1st Division under the guise of a mercenary band known as the Black Blades. The Blades' pre-dawn infiltration of Eisenberg's borders and the subsequent airship raid were successful. Starkfort was ours by the next morning. Not yet a council member, I was sent to inspect the fortress 2 weeks after its capture and to compile a dossier on its status and layout. That was when I first I was first approached by Swordbearer Commander Eumeyer Astrai. He came with effusive thanks for the duchy's support, and none too subtle demands that I sent to the Grand Marshal paint a glowing picture of the uprising. But the fact remains that the rebel leaders acted in haste, and their impudence dragged Eternia into a struggle from which it stood to gain nothing. The commander, for his part, was overjoyed, drunk on the Swordbearer's first decisive victory. I could not conceal my mounting frustration at his oblivious presumption. Still no word on the vessel's whereabouts. In the absence of any clues to the way forward, I find my mind again wandering back to Eisenberg. At the war's start, the Swordbearers, as well as the Black Blades, earned exceptional results. With a solid victory at their backs, they then wiped out the 100,000-strong eastern arm of the Shieldbearers within half a month's time. Sorry, I'm texting someone right now. The good news ended there. It seems the Blades were struggling more than they let on. The turn to the Temple of Fire was forced by one subordinate's unauthorized use of lethal poison, covering the battlefield and making continued fighting impossible. Mount Karka's eruption, and it later came to light, was due to another member's assassination of the Fire Vestal. By order of the Grand Marshal, the vessel's death was to be kept top secret. Great care was taken to prevent the news spread. The Blades remain in Eisenberg today, holding the front while searching for a route into the temple to secure possession of the Fire Crystal. As the 1st Division of the Eternian forces, the Black Blades exist to spearhead the Duchy's invasion force. In order to facilitate operations in other Crystalist strongholds, the Grand Marshal repurposed his personal guard into a newly designated 4th Division, the Knights of the Eternian Sky. The unit's leader remained Knight Argent Heinkel. Due to their hasty designation, they were left on it with an older airship, and spent night and day in training for their pending deployment. In time, they would be sent to Kaldisla, only to be defeated at the Wind Vestal's hands. At the latest report, all routes to the Fire Temple remain barred by magma. This leaves us unable to secure the crystal within, but at least ought to equally bar the Vestal's entrance should she indeed come to Eisenberg. The war continues to be at a deadlock, with both sides entrenched at either end of the Eisen Bridge. But the clearing of the sea has restored previously cut supply lines. With the risk of the vessel's intrusion also comes the possibility to crush the shield bearers once and for all. An urgent wire came from the Black Blades in Eisenberg. Wind Vestal in Eisenberg. No more codes, no more indirection. This was a public announcement, loud and clear. It seems the Swordmaster and Nadia have already crossed blades. Attached to the report was a message, penned by Kamizumi himself, confirming the danger he feels the vessel poses to Eternia, and forewarning of the possibility that he will be forced to kill Adia in dealing with this danger. An urgent report arrived today from Eisenberg. Somehow, the vessel has awakened the Fire Crystal. Swordmaster Kamizumi is missing, and morale among the remaining blades wanes by the day. As this intelligence left Central Command in an uproar, further reports arrived from agents placed in the Shieldbearer camp. I'll use the space to gather and sort through them. Wind Vestal allies with Shieldbearer Commander Goodman and offers to investigate toxic mist. Her party departs, presumably for Grap Keep. Wind Vestal returns to Goodman with mist sample, proposing to cast it into magma. Goodman agrees. Vessel to raid Mithril Mines, aid urgently requested. After capturing mines, Vestal takes captured orphan from Starkfort. She now makes for the Mithril Mines again. Purpose unknown. Vestal finds passage to Fire Temple at rear of Mithril Mines. Signs suggest Crystal Fire has been awakened. Vestal departs Eisenberg. Destination unclear. 1 month has passed since reports of the Fire Crystal's awakening. All of Central Command has been busy with the fortification of the Earth Crystal's defenses and enhancing the 3 passages' security. Victoria is still in recovery. Testimony from soldiers returned from Eisenberg and reports from agents within the shield bearers are piling up. Among them, knows from a mechanic aboard the Swordmaster's airship, Yagu. Fearing attack from the Vestal, it reads, the commander of the Swordbearers stole the ship and fled. Kamizumi must be in a state. Sure, he has a bad reputation, but he tended to our wounded, and the enemies too. That's gotta count for something, right? Blackblade's support member. It's our fault we were tasked with banding together and protecting it, but we lost the concert. Bridge, whatever. Sword Bearer Guard, also Praline Fan Club. After returning from the banquet, its staff officers commenced an army-wide spy purge. This will be my last report. Field Operative Eisenberg. There can be no doubt the Vestal will come for the Earth Crystal. With no means of flight, however, the crag bars her entry into the duchy. Word of the Vestal's activities has come in from Caldisla and Grandship, albeit sporadically. Our agent in Caldisla offered an update, an especially puzzling update. We'll bring the orphan to the inn we set out from. It seems she traveled back and forth from Eisenberg to present a child to Caldisla's king? Meanwhile, Grandship's sinking has accelerated, culminating in a mass exodus of the residents. Seems the sleeping council finally managed a swift decision. They're on evacuation. Grandship sank overnight. Our operative there fled along with residents, sending this shocking news soon after. The report continues. The council fled, leaving the remaining citizens to panic. Amid the chaos, I saw the Vistal and her cohorts make for the council chamber. Shortly after, a terrible tremor shook the ship, and I was trampled unconscious by a flood of evacuees. I awoke in a lifeboat, half a league away from Grandship. A loud explosion followed, and Grandship began to submerge. A second blast followed soon after, then... The report suddenly ends there. The vessel's condition and whereabouts are still unknown. Upon reporting Grandship's disappearance to the Council of Six a few days ago, the Grand Marshal issued orders placing the entire Eternian force on high alert. Grandship has crossed the crags and entered Duchy airspace. To think, a Leviathan barely able to float could fly, let alone cross mountains accessible only to Galleon-class airships. I have no doubt this is the Vestal's doing. The Vestal and company landed in Southmoor, breaching Frostpeak Passage with disconcerting ease. Upon receiving word of the vessel's arrival in Eternia proper, the Grand Marshal ordered the white magic cable valve shut. There we are. Shutting off the supply of healing waves from Everlast Tower into Greater Eternia will prevent patients from receiving vital treatment. Among those affected will be the Grand Marshal's wife, Idia's mother. Military assets such as the Tundra Golems and captive dragons notwithstanding, the number of actual Eternian soldiers within the Duchy's borders is woefully small. We are unable to make contact with the divisions stationed elsewhere. Even ascertaining conditions in the city is difficult under present circumstances. 3 passages connect Central Command to the rest of Eternia: west, center, and east. Being the shortest route, manpower, turrets, and other defenses have been concentrated within the Central Passage. It should be ironclad. The other 2 paths, sadly, less so. Whoopsie daisy. Evacuees from the city have brought news from outside. No one remains, military or civilian, and no combat between the Vestal and our forces has taken place. The Vestal and Idia entered the Central Healing Tower, paid a visit to the Grand Marshal's wife, and now apparently make for Central Command. Word of their arrival at Eternian Central Command came in the form of cannon fire. Victoria deployed to meet them, with Victor in tow. They were, however, defeated and retreated to the White Magic Circulation Hub. There, they gave a noble last stand. He did it. He apprehended the Vestal. He had them asleep in an instant, and ordered me to deliver Idia to her chambers and the others to the dungeons before he departed to the council chamber. I suspect he played some role in the Duchy's establishment, the same as the old man. Both hold seats of the Council of Six, though they have stood perennially empty. Did he come to Eternia's rescue in our time of need, or does he bear some other agenda? Idia somehow escaped from her chambers. The guard posted at our door claims it did not open once and insists his vigil without interruption. Now that I think of it, she performed a similar feat once when we were children. After escaping, Idia freed the Vestal and her 2 companions as well. Well, the old man played a hand as well, blasting open the door to the dungeons before departing Central Command aboard that airship. What drove him, a member of the Council of Six, to side with the Vestal? Lord De Rosso vanished as well, leaving only myself and the Grand Marshal to remain. Upon their escape, the vessel fled to the city of Eternia before returning to strike Central Command again shortly after. If she passes this point, the Earth Crystal is lost. I made up my mind to fight alongside the Grand Marshal, swearing to protect him and his ideals at any cost. My resolve was set, and yet... Leaving the Grand Marshal alone in the council chamber, I board the Black Knight and set about completing my secret orders. My hands tremble with regret as I write this. The ship's course set southwest of Eternia. 7 days of standing by above the southern sea since I departed Eternia, I spotted the pillar of light rising in the distance. The Grand Marshal has fallen, an Everlast Tower with him. The Earth Crystal is lost. News of the battle's result came much delayed. As I read of the vicious struggle between the Grand Marshal and the vessel's forces and its result, I felt as if my heart were being crushed. I have never known such despair. It seems the Grand Marshal lives, by Lord DeRosso's intervention, but he will never swing again his sword. Still, the knowledge that Edea was not forced to slay her own father gives me some solace. As I awaited the vessel's arrival high above the sea, I saw the Swordmaster's Yagyu fly past below, nearly skimming the water. I responded to its swift approach with a demand for the captain's identity. The thick, grating voice that replied was answer enough. It was Meyer Astrai, commander of the Swordbearers. The man who dragged the duchy into Eisenberg's civil war had turned tail and run as soon as his prospects grew faint. A contemptible sham of a leader. When I asked whether the Swordmaster or any Eternian personnel were aboard, I was answered with a hailstorm of bullets. I choked back my mounting rage, giving the order to my gunners to open fire. Minutes later, the remains of the Yagyu were sinking beneath waves, stained blood-red by the setting sun. How much longer until Edea? Until the Vestal arrives at the pillar? How many days have passed since I left his side? A pillar of light has stood above the southern sea for some time now, just as he predicted. It leaves little room for doubt that his second prediction will come true. Oh. Vessel's followers. I'm removing Edea's picture frame. We got to see another side of things, it seems. But the only thing it gave me is more questions. I feel. Edea.
Edea!
Oh, there you are. It's strange, isn't it?
Everything's turned back.
I don't want to believe that everything we've done up to now was just a dream.
I don't think it was a dream, but I do think somehow time has turned back.
I went as far as betraying my homeland and my father to follow this path.
It was no dream. I remember your struggles.
All of us do.
But does it not seem that my circumstances here are unique? At first I thought time had merely been wound back.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's not merely that time's wound back. It's that some things are different somehow. Edea shouldn't be with us at this point. She should be with Ominous Crow.
I don't know whether it's a side effect of the darkness being cleansed, or whether some powerful magic was accidentally triggered.
The question is... All of this began when we saw that light coming off of Aerie. So the question is, what did Aerie do? Because I noticed that it was definitely the... Basically, there was like a explosion of light coming from Aerie. Everyone screamed, and then suddenly we're all back here. So evidently, something that Aerie did caused all this to happen. Is it a side effect of maybe the ritual or whatever going wrong? Or is it? I'm thinking here, and I don't like what I'm thinking. No.
But it doesn't add up. Why am I here with you now?
Assuming time rewound the exact same way as it was before, then you shouldn't be here.
I wouldn't worry about that. You are not the only one for whom things don't make sense.
Yeah, I was about to say.
If time had been turned back, there are things that would not add up for me either.
Yeah.
I spent close to a week here, Yet all memory of me has been erased from the women. People of the town.
Ignore him.
Don't think too hard about it now. There are too many unanswered questions. All the more reason for us to start again from scratch, I think.
From scratch? Let
Yeah.
us make for the crystal temples. I see. Okay, I'll do it. I've come this far. I might as well stick around.
First, let's go back to the inn and compare notes.
The worst problem is going to be having to deal with all the enemies again and not having a ship. That's going to be the biggest issue. We've lost a grand ship now. The two of you.
Come to think of it, when I first came to this land, you were the first one to speak to me, Ring a Bell.
Was I? It seems so long ago. I do recall going over to talk to you after seeing you on the street corner.
Yes, that was our very first meeting.
Huh?
But the Ring a Bell who I met when I first set foot on this land, and the Ring a Bell standing before me now, they somehow seem like two different people.
Yeah. Two different people. One of them was Alternus. I don't know what to say, but Captain Owen did mention something. What's that? He said things like, "Let's go boar hunting again sometime," or where have you been these past few days? But when I told him I had no idea what he was talking about, he let out a hearty laugh and said I was quite the jester.
And then I met you at the Great Chasm, Tiz. And after that, the Black Mage on his crow put the city to flames and all four of us finally met.
My memory still fails me. The only thing I can do now is compare Dee's journal to Alternus's. I have to wonder if this loop has been going on for a while. I think it might be a case of the loop of of time having looped for a while now. And I think the thing that tells me that the piece of evidence that I have that supports that theory the most is Alternus somehow. The fact that there are two versions of Ring-a-Bell, one that's Ring-a-Bell and one that's Alternus. How is it that the same guy can exist twice? That's the only thing I can think of is the loop.
When we go to the crystal temples,
Is some kind of loop.
will you perform the rite of awakening again? Ares' brooch seems to show that the crystals are no longer awakened.
I guess we just gotta do it again.
The rite must be performed. Do you have your Vestal garb? It was safely stored among our belongings.
Along with that Bravo bikini.
I'm going to kill you.
Huh?
Wait!
I don't know about that.
How do we have that? I thought we lost that.
Anyway, the existence of these
No,
items is more evidence that this is no mere warping of time.
Yeah.
We obtained both the Vestal garb and the Bravo bikini after
Please shut
going
up.
to Anshan. It doesn't make sense for us to have them now. The clock has not simply been wound back, it seems.
Is this some kind of different reality, then? What the heck was that?
What's that?
Everyone down!
Huh?
Is it the Great Chasm?
Oh, come on.
It could be the Eternian Sky Knights attacking.
But that's different. What the? Dad! What are you doing here? Wait, don't tell me that's the grand ship.
It's Dad's. We'll all be.
Did you guys remember too?
What are you doing here, Dads?
Tell me you guys remember too.
Ah, there you are. This was the right place.
Of course. Wait, it actually makes sense that Datsun would probably remember. Same with Zatz and the proprietress. They were in the light with us.
Hold up. So you know who we are, Dads?
The only people who don't seem to know are those who are outside the light.
What? Of course I do. What are you talking about?
Well, how do I explain? Oh, are Zatz and the tavern proprietress with you?
The only people who seem to remember anything are those that were in the light.
Yeah, they're both fine. They're on the airship.
Airship?
Right. We have the echelon all loaded up as well. We found ourselves on the deck all of a sudden, up in the skies to the east of the kingdom.
So, what exactly is going on?
This is good news. Let's head for Grand Ship right away then.
Yeah, we got a grand ship still. Thank goodness. Yeah!
Something bizarre is happening, that's for sure. If I didn't know better, I'd say we were hallucinating.
Yeah, I can't deny that.
I'm just happy that good old drunken pig and you lot are both fine.
It's good to have a woman on our side at a time like this.
Thanks, Dats.
With Dats and Zats here, we can be certain we haven't gone back in time, no?
Then it seems more likely that whatever's happened has to be some kind of reality jump or something.
Perhaps time started going backwards for those of us there at the Holy Pillar.
Again, the only people who seemingly still remember anything are those who are at the pillar. Everyone else seemingly has gone back in time.
In that case, where are our past selves from this point in time?
Yeah, could we even find them?
I haven't a clue.
No point trying to work this out logically. Let's start by doing what we can. Right, Agnes?
On the bright side, by having this airship, we can very easily make our
We're
way to
lucky
different
to have
places.
Grand Ship. It should be a quick flight to the Crystal Temples.
Not even the rotting ocean can stop us now.
Well, let's head to one of the temples and see what is up. Leave the piloting to me.
Aye, aye, Captain. Wait, I'm the captain. I'm the pirate. Whatever. Sure enough, the ocean's still rotten. Naval attachment. No, I think we'll repair the echelon and keep on using her. What's going on? Well, I was just talking to Dats and Zats about the echelon. They had an idea. An idea? About the echelon?
That's right. We're using her as a sea vessel now, but as you know, the echelon was originally an airship.
Right. The skystone that allowed her to fly was shattered. Right. I've heard that story before.
But she's still an airship. Sure, she can sail the open sea, but not as well as a real sea vessel.
Lucky for us, Grand Ship has plenty of seaworthy vessels stowed away. You can take your pick.
If you want, we can get one of them ready for you to use. That's what we were talking about.
Another airship? Another ship? But I don't have any problems with the echelon just the way she is.
And she's fast enough for our needs. I agree, but above all, we've become quite attached to the echelon. Yeah, it's where I fought my very first battle, after all.
And even though I don't recall ever sailing it, I took to the helm with almost frightening ease. We had a hard time at first when it attacked us, though.
True, but that led me to meeting Tiz and the others. The echelon has been like another member of our party ever since.
I suppose that settles it.
You folks have become attached to the old girl, and I don't think anything I could say would change your mind.
You can say that again. But we're counting on you to keep the echelon shipshape and seaworthy.
Of course we will. Just leave it to us.
Ring-a-bell sleep talk.
Where's Ring-a-bell?
He's taking a little break. Said something about not feeling well.
Really? Didn't he just say leave the piling to me?
Wait! If he's not piloting the ship, then who the hell's at the helm?
Is something the matter, Dia?
Dad's looking for him. He says the hole's showing where. He needs some materials to make repairs. I suppose I'll just have to wake him up. Sleeping like a baby. Who knew he was so cute when he sleeps?
Black, my strike. Mastered. Up to Black Beam. Unleash powerful combo. But even with 1,000 lives. Stand ground. Out of Phoenix. Automatic HP recovery after battle. Is there something else? The Grand Marshal, even that move of his, sure would be nice.
Enough this gibberish already. Wake up, Dad is looking for you.
What's the harm in letting him sleep a little longer? Look, doesn't Ringo look as happy as a pig in the mud?
You're right, he does.
Bro was just talking about why are there 1,000 different... Why are there 100 blue markers? What is happening? You know what? Get off the boat. And go ahead and save the game. We're gonna go ahead and end it here for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you all later. Peace.